Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Chris and we're playing some more Pioneer on the channel today. This is a deck called Is It Phoenixes, which is basically a sort of recursive, awkward mid-range deck that's really hard to deal with. Your threats are 8 Phoenixes, hence the name. You have 4 Flamewake Phoenix and 4 Rekindling Phoenix, which work well together because the Rekindling Phoenix triggers the Flamewake Phoenix. They are also triggered by the Bone Crusher Giants, the Elder Deep Fiends, and Embalmed Champion of Wits, so they're very good in this deck. They're very hard to keep dead. Additionally, the Elder Deep Fiends are great with the Phoenixes. It's almost like this deck has been well designed. Not by me, I should add. The Elder Deep Fiends, if you weren't playing that standard, are a total pain in the arse because you cast them on your opponent's upkeep a lot of the time and tap down their lands, and it's just really annoying. You can also use them to blow out combats by tapping big things. You emerge them so they don't cost 8, they cost like 3 if you emerge from a Rekindling Phoenix, for example, and then you get the Phoenix back anyway, so it's all rather cunning. The curve looks like an absolute car crash, but you have to remember that Petty Theft and Bone Crusher Giant, Stomp, are also 2-drops, so you actually have a reasonable amount of early plays. It's not perfect, but it's good. Kozilek's Return is great at catching you up as well. And then Entrancing Melody, it's hard to say what that will cost. It costs 2 if you're stealing a token, and then more thereafter. And obviously, depending on what you steal, sometimes you get all the stuff. If you, for example, steal, I don't know, Voice of Resurgence, and then you emerge it later for an Elder Deep Fiend, you get the token, your opponent doesn't, and they have to deal with you having 2 for 1 of them in the first place. So, like, there's a lot of sweet tricks with this deck. I would not be I will not be playing this perfectly. Let's get that out of the way, because this looks like a tricksy deck. I haven't played it before. I've played similar stuff, kind of. See what happens. I can I can make no promises, but I will try my best, and my best is usually like at least semi acceptable. This is where we get like 15 comments saying, Chris, your best really is bad still. But, you know. Okay. We're on the draw. And a turn 3 K return on the draw probably isn't good enough. But am I really mulliganing a hand with good mana, loads of plays? Well, I don't know enough about the deck, and I haven't got that many 2-drops to mull to. I think I still probably do have to mulligan it. Okay. This is finally acceptable. Something like that, I guess. This will be where it turns out that the Stubborn Denial is the best card in my deck in this matchup, won't it? But let's see. That doesn't seem like a very good draw. Still, maybe we can loot it away with chart. I imagine that's just how I'm spending my next turn. Okay. Well, at least us being slow isn't getting punished, but maybe us being down on cards will. I wonder if this is a Nexus deck. I have a gross feeling it's a Nexus deck. In which case, chart is bad. Chart, sorry. Kozilek's Return. Chart is like fine in every matchup, I assume. But let's see. I could be 100% incorrect. Obviously, we're just looking for creature at this point. Preferably a phoenix of some flavour. And a bit more information would be nice, so we know what we're playing against. I mean, there's any number of blue and green decks, aren't there? But this feels Nexus-ish to me. Elder Deep Fiend is a good one. I'm going to shock myself and pass. I'm hoping they'll be too scared to run out the Wilderness Reclamation. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, this looks Nexus-ish. Lotus Field. Just some kind of Twiddle Storm bullshit. Do you know what's frustrating is Elder Deep Fiend got a lot worse then. I'm officially baffled. And I'm just going to run this out. That might have been a mistake to play that land. I'm going to attack and then chart, I think. Okay. So on the one hand, I do have 0 interaction, and they look like a combo deck of some ilk. Yeah, that's a thing. It's an awful lot of mana. Okay. So this feels like they are trying to take one giant turn. I don't think there's any Storm cards legal in the format, but maybe they're just making enough mana to cast a big Eldrazi or something. Big Ballista. Whatever it is, it feels powerful. They've got access to 8, 9, 10, 11 mana already. Pardon me. Yep. I can't remember if I was on camera or not, but there was I played recently against a completely ridiculous deck that untapped lands with Viziers, and it was trying to win by self-mill using some kind of a big 6 mana enchantment that made cycles cost 0, and then the black 2 mana instant that returned all the stuff you cycled. Whatever that's called. Okay, that's scary. Why are they tapping mana? They've got an Omniscience. I'm confused. This opponent just realised they've got Omniscience. Yeah. Okay. Well. Opponent has infinite mana but doesn't need it because they have infinite mana. And we are just kind of doing a fairly unimpressive thing. Are they passing the turn? Am I not dead? That's fucking amazing. I guess I just put them under pressure then. Maybe their whole hand is just more mana. I can imagine with the way their deck seems to be, that's not out of the question. What did they scry? 1 bottom, 1 top. Okay, yeah, this can only be bad. They've drawn their deck. They've drawn their deck. Okay, well, we see the win condition at least. Oh, what the fuck is this? This is... Anyway. Okay. Cool. I lost and then I conceded. That was weird. Right. The good news is we have mystical disputes and we have stubborn denials and we have dead cards to cut. And that's a perfect 6 for 6 swap. So I think, oh dear, no, I want to cut that probably for a wild slash because I can point it at a planeswalker. And they're probably only playing 1, but it's better than having an entrancing melody in your hand, isn't it? Okay, well, my curve's a lot better now. If you view mystical disputes as 1-drops, we've actually got like 7 plus a dead card, 1-drops, and the charts. Would I like to play first? Yes, please. I think this is probably good enough. Certainly looks better than our 7 or 6 from the previous game. Sanctum of Ugin is nice with Deep Fiend. I hope they don't have the Lotus Field. Is that what it's called? The hexproof land? I hope they don't have that. I do not think Stubborn Denial on turn 1 will matter. That's one we hadn't previously seen. Let's get the Mutavault down. Then hold up Stubbs and Brazen Borrower. My assumption being that I don't want to Brazen Borrower anything. That's a good one. Now I'm a little bit concerned about my blue mana situation. Oh, the classic post-Stubborn Denial Shame Land. I've done that a couple times. Well, I may not have double blue, but I can at least do this. It does mean that I'm a blue source away from Elder Deep Fiend next turn, which is quite encouraging, especially if they don't play a Lotus Field now. Because they will have, I imagine, plans for their mana. So come on, basic island or something. Balls. This has to attack. They will block because they have a 0/3. And then we will hope to God that Mystical Dispute is useful. I wonder if they've got another land in hand like they did previously. No, it doesn't look like it. Ugh. Come on, blue source. Come on, blue source. Have to attack. then on the opponent's upkeep, I'm going to tap all their coloured mana, I guess, and then they're probably going to use it to activate the Thespian stage. Blue, blue, whatever. I imagine the best thing they can do is activate the Thespian stage that's untapped or something like that. Oh, they have a 5-drop. Oh, they're scrying. Are they scrying? No, because they don't have double blue. They thought about scrying and then realised they couldn't. Hey, it resolved. Wow, I thought they'd use this Thespian stage. Seems like a misstep from them. And you know it's bad if I spot it. Well, we have a thing now. What's the word I'm looking for? A clock. Maybe I should have had the Sanctum of Ugin in play for that, but okay. I'm gonna just run this out because basically I don't think we're especially dead yet, and this way I get in for 7, so it's a 3-turn clock. Oh, fuck. I hate this interface. It sucks so much. Oh, Chris, you fucking imbecile. We still kind of have a 2-turn clock if I just used Brazen Borrower to bounce things, but that's not very good. Yeah, here's the Lotus Field. Sacking the forests. So I can get in for 9 by bouncing the greys. They've got 2 grazers. Excellent. Excellent. So we get in for 5, basically. So I'm going to make this, because that's lethal next turn. That's, yeah, 5, 7, 9, 13. Oh, I got a counter? No, okay. So if we survive, which is a big if, because they've clearly shown they're capable of doing disgusting things, we can win by bouncing the 2 0/3s. Yep, that seems to be how they start. Like, I can't imagine a turn where they win doesn't begin that way. But I don't think, yeah, none of my interaction would have mattered, so we just have to cross our fingers. They are going up a lot in cards. Are they going to respond? Yes, they can do that, okay. Hopefully they just fizzle. They can't always have it, can they? Okay. Ah. Good. This definitely feels like losing. Yeah, Jesus. Okay. Mm-hmm. They don't have the Omniscience yet, and they don't have mana for an Omniscience right now, but they can do another pour over pages or something. Okay. Yeah, now they can do mana for any old nonsense. Let's see what's going to happen. Hello. I am just recording at the moment. Don't know what this one is. Ah, that seems like a good card for their strategy, doesn't it? Let's figure out how dead we are. Hey, hey, hey. Look at this, I think we've done it. Nice. Well, we didn't really do very much. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. I don't think anything has changed since the previous... Do I want Aether Gust? I think Aether Gust is probably actually worth having. Let's just bring one in. Yeah, I maybe should have brought that in before. Like, pretty good against Sylvan Scrying or whatever. Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. That was just my sister coming through the door and me being sort of vaguely pleased to see her, I suppose. Not really. So yeah, we stole that game, which is great. Because combo sucks. Boo, combo. We have been cruelly forced to hold up Stubborn Denial by our mana, which is very disappointing. Hopefully we snipe something. Balls. That's not a creature. Ugly looking thing, isn't it? Jesus. I assume this is their nut draw. Well. Chart feels risky. Not chart feels risky. I think I have to not chart. I'm not very confident about this. The opponent is at least down on cards. Come on, tap your shit. Tap your shit. I don't even know if this is good. But all of my stuff flies and has 2 or 3 power, so... Okay. So I'm just going to pass, holding up Stubborn Denial, and then Brazen Borrower if I don't get to cast Stubborn Denial. What are they doing? They are copying. Of course they are. I need to get into my head that you can use Thespian Stage with only one other land in this deck. I'm not used to that. Okay, that has to resolve, which is very bad. Yeah, Thespian Stage Lotus Field is dirty. That can resolve. Please don't be another Thespian Stage. For fuck's sake. Okay, well, I don't really know how we beat 3 Lotus Fields. Mystical Dispute is a good one. We can attack. They can't really block. So the beatdowns have begun. And I guess I want to chart, because that lets me leave up Dispute and Stubbs, both of which are probably irrelevant. So they make another Lotus Field because they didn't have enough mana before. And now we have to somehow pray that they, like, is Omniscience 10 or 11 mana? Hopefully they'll cast an Omniscience and we can, like, get lucky. Yeah, that's fine. That's not fine, is it? It's plus mana and cards. Not fine. I think I'm losing. I don't know if I've made mistakes this game or not, or if we just weren't in it, or maybe I shouldn't have kept this hand. Smallpox legal in this format. Can you imagine smallpoxing an opponent with a Lotus Field? Oh, I did some good land destruction on Friday. I was playing against Ponza, and my opponent played something like a turn 2 Trinisphere, which I didn't mind too much because I had the Birds of Paradise, and most of my hand cost 3 anyway. As in, I had a turn 1 Birds of Paradise. So, I then... Right, we've got 6 mana. What's going on? Sorry, I basically, long story short, was in the end, I'm using... I can't speak. Avalanche Rider, and then Restoration Angeling the Avalanche Rider. And then what else happened? Oh, and then I was able to is it Staticaster 2 Arbor Elves. And long story short was my opponent had a basic forest only and his own Trinisphere, and it was great. This is less great. This is really bad. Yeah. I assume they just plus it. That's what I'd be inclined to do. Plus it, play the Fate of Wishes out because it blocks fantastically. Yep. That's fine, we'll scoop those up. We did. Well, that was not a very fair deck, was it? Jesus. I thought getting Phoenixes from time to time was a good deal. Turns out having access to like 35 Lotus Fields, most of which don't make you sack lands, is really good too. What a rotter. But yeah, Avalanche Riders, Restoration Angel Avalanche Riders. Is it Staticaster? No mana for Rob. Rob, to be fair, was very gracious about it, considering I probably cut him off 10 mana that game. But he is a Ponza player, so he has to respect the art, you know. It is blowing up lands is an art, I suppose. This is a good hand. Get this down. This is a very sort of linear aggro-y hand, which is fine. That's a good thing, I suppose. Yeah, well, whatever. We've got better pigeons than you, mate. I'm wondering if I have to kill his bloody goose. No, we'll save the lightning axe for something scarier. And we will ditch this one. So next turn we can Champion of Wits, I guess. Ooh, Sultai. I think this might be a fair food deck. As fair as Oko ever gets. Yeah, we're in some trouble. Because this can't hit planeswalkers, can it? So we need to get some attacking done. We probably don't need 3 Rekindling Phoenixes, do we? I wouldn't mind if they were to elk my champion. Okay, well my hand is fairly Thoughtseize proof. Although honestly, I think we've basically lost. This is this horrible feeling that you get when you play against Oko, isn't it? It's just like, what's the bloody point? All my stuff is a 3/3. They're capable of handling 3/3s. Yeah. Let's see what they do. Okay. Well, we can hope that they don't have another land, but that seems optimistic. Do they attack? I think not. They also think not. Well, if I steal the food and attack Oko, they still don't even have to block. Fuck me. If I steal the food, kill a goose and attack Oko, that's quite good. I can steal a goose and kill a goose. But then I'm down a card. I don't really want to pitch anything to Lightning Axe because I like my hand. I'm fairly certain, because they're short on mana, I have to go for their mana sources. This forces a block, I think. How is that summoning sick? Is it a new one all of a sudden? I swear this wasn't summoning sick before. I'm very confused. Yeah, I feel like with the missing land drops, we have to go after their mana. Of course, they've got a land. Lily? Vraska? Chupacabra. Kill my food, I guess. Yep. Man, it's crazy how good Chupacabra is and it doesn't see play. Good card. Properly good card. Thoughtseize. Knight. Okay, that's a really good one. Ah. Well then. I guess start by attacking Oko. Might trade with the Ravenous Chupacabra, might just let it happen. Yeah, I think that's acceptable to me. Man, this is such a hard deck to play. Oh, it's just a 3/3. Why is everything just a 3/3? Why did they print that fucking card? So I can go after their mana by killing 2 geese, but they've got no cards in hand now, so the mana's less of a thing. So I have to go after their board. I guess I have to start with this. Or can that wait? Can I just do this? No. Let's kill this. Yep. And then I guess they make that into a 3/3 to block with, and that's probably their whole turn, is it? Ah, oh, they could make another food. That's why they've shocked. Yep, and then obviously the Phoenix attacks Oko. It probably gets in for 2, I would imagine, because they don't care about Oko taking 2. And this is kind of where we're at now. It's like, as is always the case with this stupid card, it's just Oko versus the world, and Oko still wins. Well, they can activate that, which is a bit sad. Because we can't really kill 2. We can kill exactly 1. It's cunning, isn't it? So what are they doing? Just making a food. Okay. Oh. Well then. Hang on, I maybe fucked this up. Assume they trade the Phoenix for my Giant. Okay, takes 2. I'm going to do this now, because I don't want them to be able to grow Pack Rat. That was good for me. But still, honestly, still could lose big time. Because they that. Okay, so I can kill this. Not sure this is correct. Yeah, we take 3. So yeah, we're kind of half stabilized, I guess. Still on 7 loyalty, which is not easy to get through. I presume they trade off. We make this. I'm playing lands out because I want to embalm Champion of Wits if I get to 7. It's possible I should be holding them to pitch to charter courses or whatever, but my feeling is they're kind of priced into elking my Rekindling Phoenix if they can't deal with it some other way. So we can kill their Oko, right? Because that's 5 and I've got a Mutavault, which I think they may have forgotten. They might just have drawn a Fatal Push or something, and that's really bad for me if they have. I'm just going to attack Oko with both and go for the Champion of Wits. I'm not going to... I feel like we've got on top of it to a degree. What's got Flash? Oh, Swift End, whatever. That's fine. So we draw 4, discard 2. Wow. Well, that went well. Hopefully discarding the Deep Fiend is as threatening as I want it to be. So they've got a Swift End, sorry, a Murderous Rider as well as a card in hand. So they're just making a 3/3, that's fine, we can Petty Theft that. Here comes the Murderous Rider, I guess. Yep. So, I'm going to attack Oko with both. Hopefully they go for a double block on the champion and we can punk them out. Now they lose their Murderous Rider. Their Oko takes some damages. And we're just going to pass, and I think I'm going to sack this. Blue, blue, stuff, stuff. Black, black, this and this. They've floated mana for some reason. Maybe they have a spell, maybe they don't. Do not want to use K-Return. There we go. Ah, they did have a spell. Why did it... Sure. So I guess they just have to make a food. And then they lose it to the Mutavault, which is good. Plus we get back our Flamewake Phoenix. And we can make a Brazen Borrower. So yeah, things can be worse. I think we're finally getting somewhere. Yep. Starting to chip away at the opponent's life total a bit as well. And yeah, that's good. We're not going to do anything else. We'll cast this. They chose not to cast their Murderous Rider, which makes me wonder if they've got another Swift End in their hand. But that's actually fine because it deals damage to them and everything else. So we're going to go for a lethal attack and hope it works. Oh, they've got a food they can use as well. Nearly missed that. Yep. They go to nearly dead, but not actually dead. So if they can't do anything else, I can kill that with the lightning axe and win the game. I can just pay full retail. Nearly missed that. Okay, so that should be a concession. Yep. Well, we got there. We beat the Oko. Aether Gust is good. Mystical Dispute is good. Trancing Melody is good. What's less good? These. As sad as that is. Try that. I think Entrancing Melody is particularly amazing if your opponent is playing like Nissa Shakes the World, I think it's called, the one that's ruining standard. The 5-mana Nissa. Obviously stealing a land and double stone raining your opponent is nice. I'm going to keep this and I'm going to try very hard to blow them out with a K return. Hopefully they make some amount of geese. Yep. Please no turn 2 Oko. Okay, well it's not a turn 2 Oko. My hand is kind of decent. I think the thing I would least like them to take is a land, but they can't, so that's good. Yep, makes sense. It's a pretty scary card. Maybe they're short on mana. Let's see. So they have a 2-drop, a Duskwatch, okay. I'm going to bounce it. I'm hoping this forces them into just replaying it for their turn, and then I can... Fine. I was going to say then I can get them with a K return. I think if they miss land drops, I'll fire one off anyway. What are you up to, opponent? Okay. draw. So obviously we don't have to make a move yet because, you know, instance. So we're in a reasonably flexible position where we can see what the opponent does. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Not sure if this will work. I'd be very happy if it does. They reveal another one. Okay. I'm just going to keep passing. We've got such good options on their turn. There's no reason to tap out. Also, they've put themselves to 12. So, like, Brazen Borrower is pretty serious. Please be an Oko. Please, God, be an Oko. Ah. That is good against me. Here's the second Duskwatch, I guess. Pack Rat. Very fun. Also pretty dead. I'm being greedy and looking for a land, and I got lucky. So yeah, we're going to K return regardless of what happens, but hopefully we're going to be able to snag a pack rat as well. No, I can take one. And then we can blow them out if they get greedy. So we know their last card is Duskwatch Recruiter, which doesn't really scare me. There it is. Okay. Obviously we're looking for another K return here. It'd be crazy good. That's also really good. What do I care about out of card advantage versus size? Probably card advantage. So we're going to kill that and then pass. I'm quite happy to chump block with champion. I actually don't think I'm going to right now. I think I'm going to try and race them because we've got quite aggressive options. Please don't be a powerful 2-drop. Okay, good. Probably should have played that pre-combat and pumped twice, but whatever. We're going to cast this. We're going to get back a Flamewake Phoenix. And we're going to attack. Because I think it's going to be hard for them to race this. We've got 8 power there on 8, so they can't really attack unless they've drawn something. Yep, they agree. just that one. And then obviously we can flash in Brazen Borrower and cast Stomp on their turn to give us lethal. That's fine. Yep, they've figured it out. Good. Woo! Well, that, after like turn 2 of game 1, that didn't look good. And to get out of that with a 2-0 win, I'm pretty happy with. Speaks to the power of the Is It Phoenix's deck. It's a clearly very good deck. And once again, I do not deserve any credit for it. It was not anything to do with me. This list was from mtggoldfish, from a player called something like Anon T or something. The player's name is PT Annan. Possibly a relation of Kofi Annan, former head of like the UN or something. I forget what he was. It's the only Annan I can think of. Right. I would like to play first. Yeah, I think I have to keep this. Turn 3 Phoenix, turn 4 Phoenix, turn 5 Deep Fiend. It's not terrible. Turn 5 we can Deep Fiend with the Sanctum and just start chaining them as well. Not Thoughtseize, not Thoughtseize, not Thoughtseize. Fuck! They take my Rekindling Phoenix. I am sad. Kind of makes the rest of my hand shit. Well, I guess in general we're pretty good against discard because we're quite, like, resilient. That seems like the worst take, because that one loves being in graveyards. Like a Goth or a Slytherin. Oh no! Oh, it's a trick! It's a massive trick. Luckily we've got stuff in our deck, so we might draw some stuff. That's not really stuff, is it? I wonder if just a natural 8 mana Elder Deep Fiend will be good here. Jund! Ooh! I wonder if this is Soul Flare or something like that. Well, we've flooded hard, and that's just part of life. If they just play, like, is Thragtusk in this format? I imagine Thragtusk would be a pain in the arse. Pact, you say? Well, the good news is we've got loads of shit cards and nothing they can damage. So the joke's on them. They want to draw 2 themselves, fair enough. It's probably because they acknowledge that the other 2 modes are shit here. Ooh! What are you going to sack? The Pact? This is a cunning design. very happy I've got this lightning axe in my hand. Because they can only put one counter on it, I think. Unless they have another trick. Ah, but they do draw a card. Corvold is busted. Still, glad it's dead. We are a bit fucked though. I gotta just keep doing the only things I'm allowed to do. Okay, this is acceptable. So they can deal 4 damage to me, or okay, yeah, you get my 2 bad cards. Well, they're good cards, but they're bad against this. Yep. If that's the current threat level, I'm quite comfortable. Attack. This is a weird fucking game of Magic. I'm fairly sure I'm losing. But I might just win because of the magic of Demonic Pact. Got my card advantage because I traded no cards for their Caryatid. Definitely winning. Okay, now the only one they haven't chosen is Kill Yourself. So hopefully they don't have exactly that thing. What a bitch. You suck, Pure and Show. Your deck's really cool and you suck. These seem necessary. Everything else seems terrible. No, I need the Brazen Borrowers. Do I want Stubborns? Not necessarily. Well, maybe. Yeah, just very unscientific sideboarding. Because I don't really know what I'm doing. But I'm fairly sure if I can counter the Pact, I should. Or that. I could counter the Harmless Offering. That would be cunning. Yeah, opponent's deck is very cool. I have to give mad respect. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm faced with a choice of getting the stupid, clunky Fumarole out of the way or holding up Stubborn for the Thoughtseize they probably have. I think I have to get the stupid, clunky Fumarole out of the way, unfortunately. Yeah, they've mulled. I think they're less likely to have it by a tiny percentage. Yay! I wonder if they're playing like Mayhem Devils and shit. Okay, this hand is pretty solid. That was a bad choice of land. I just assumed it was untapped. I wasn't really thinking. Yep. Oh dear. Oh dear. We're in some trouble now. Never mind. We win. We don't actually win. But that's a good start. We get to start putting down some pretty substantial disruption through the Deep Fiend as well. Because we can Deep Fiend next turn and then get the thing and then Deep Fiend again. I assume they just plus on my Bone Crusher. It's a 2-2. You got it. Oh. That's pretty good. Change of plan. I wonder if they'll chump block. Or if they'll just let her go. Getting no value off your Planeswalker feels rotten. So they might chump block, and if they do, that's great, because I can use Stomp. Okay, good. Well, that was a good draw. Okay. Bit annoying, but basically fine. What can't we beat? Corvold. Corvold would be bad. Okay, that's less bad. Yeah, bit annoying. Bit annoying. Credit where it's due. That is annoying. However, we get to do more annoying things to them. Seems pretty good. And just gonna try and create some pressure. Their last card has to be pretty fucking good. I think we're ahead by quite a lot. But I don't think we can beat the Corvold. Okay. Do they have Spell Mastery? They do. Okay. So can hit for 8. And then in their upkeep, Deep Fiend. Go for those ones. Get another one, generally being annoying. Okay. That's fine. Yep, that's bold, given their life total. It's clearly the Deep Fiend, but I think they just can't beat Royal Scions and a couple of creature lands at the moment. If I draw a land off the top, I can activate both my lands, pump one with the Royal Scions, and that will offer me 8 damage. They have to chump block with at least one Caryatid, and then I can kill them with Royal Scions the next turn. Unless they use the Pact trigger to gain 4 and deal 4 to the Scions, that's probably their best move. They took the Aether Gust. That is a shock. I suppose they decided the Deep Fiend isn't scary without stuff on my board to sack. Okay. So I can draw and discard, getting rid of this K return, and then hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've not got enough mana to trigger it. Or I can ult, dealing 6 to them. Let's ult. And rather conveniently, we've found a small flyer with haste. That should get the concession. Dead. You're dead. You died. You've died. Brilliant. Okay. Try again. This is a hard matchup. This deck is hard to play. The opponent's deck is tricksy as a Hobbit's is. And I'm sure I'm making endless cock-ups. I'd forgotten about Flamewake Phoenixes as being lethal then. I was just thinking of getting another giant or something, or anything really. Is it just as a way of killing them? But I think I'm going to keep this on the draw, but we're fucked if we don't hit a third land. That's good, no Thoughtseize. They also mulliganed. We hit the land. I'm the smartest man alive. That's how that works. Luck equals intelligence. Yep. I don't really care. My hand's really good. Maybe they'll take Royal Scions after it absolutely did a number on them last game. Royal Scions was Excellent. Oh, this is funny because I've generally been unimpressed with it, but it's above the bar for Grixis Death Shadow, which is a hell of a deck, so it must be pretty good. In Modern, that is, obviously. Okay. Yep. Well, I imagine that this favours me, given that they mulliganed. Trading 1 for 1 should favour the person who didn't mulligan, right? I'll hold up Aether Gust, not that it probably matters. Got it. It's a good way to unmulligan. I think we'll ditch a Deep Fiend. No, we're ditching that. Really, we're just looking for lands, aren't we? So we can get this Phoenix down, start being a pest. Urborg, nice. Fixed my mana for me. Ooh. That's a good one. This is also a good one. So we're back to being at sort of parity. As in, like a parrot. As in, he looks a bit parroty. That's how that word works. That's a troubling one. I'm not sure this is right. I don't mind if they make me discard though, that's for sure. And I don't mind if they shoot that, and I don't mind if they shoot me. So yeah, draw 2 seems correct. Okay, that's fine. That does nothing. It's like stone nothing unless they can kill my egg. That's a good one. Oh, okay. If I do this, I can then stub it with Ferocious on the way back. Like an absolute G. That is the most gangster move possible. I have decreed it. Come on, Purin show, with your cool deck. Play a bit faster. This is a massive trick. Anyway, whatever. I have to take my stubs, I think. They took the Aether Gust. Interesting. So I do that. They're on 8. Yeah. Cool. Nice. Let's keep on winning, or trying to win. Oh, this deck is sweet though. I'm liking playing it. I recognise that name, but I'm not sure why. I don't know if they're good or if it's just someone I've been paired with and remembered their name because it's slightly funny. Yes, this looks like a good hand. Okay. Oh, that was the wrong land, for fuck's sake. I meant to play the steam vents, and I was like half blind because I was rubbing my eye, and then I picked the wrong one. Well, I just have to shock, don't I? Which if I lose this by 2 life points, as in on my side, then I'm going to feel like a tit. You have to respond to the trigger because it gives itself hexproof when it comes in, if you're unaware of how Rattle Chains works. So I'm guessing this is just straight blue-white spirits, but holy shit, they don't have a third land. Time to pounce! I guess we just play this giant 4-3 and hope they don't have a good answer. Yep, you have a Spectral Sailor. That must have been their draw step last turn. Yeah, they attack, because why wouldn't they? It's definitely not blocking. Yep, you can tap that. I'm operating under the assumption that they just can never beat a Rekindling Phoenix, because I played both sides of Flyers versus Rekindling Phoenix when I was slightly interested in Standard, and Rekindling Phoenix is just a complete arsehole. Ah, that's one way. Kill this. Bash them. Set up for future bashings. There you go. Okay, cool. We have them dead in 2 turns. They have a Nebelgas Herald. I wonder if they're mono blue. Like mono blue tempo with spirits as a sub-theme. Seems weird if you're playing spirits not to play white for Spell Queller and stuff, but I've no reason to think they're not playing Spell Queller, other than we haven't seen one, but they might just be like colour screwed. So I think it's quite a bit safer to just hold up the Brazen Borrowers in case they try and threaten lethal. See if this works. It's important not to target that one, because if they sack it, you don't get to then cast the Borrower afterwards. Okay. So which one's mine? How do I even know? Well, it's letting me cast it, so that must be mine. I don't know if this is right to block or not, but them not having anything going on seems fine to me. I'm going to just attack. Okay, they tap one of them. I will attack with the other. Put them to 4. I assume they just have to take that. I'm going to chart. Can you believe that? That's fucking lucky, isn't it? Just pass then. That's an outrageous draw. I imagine that's just like the best card in Pioneer against them. Like instant speed wrath that's big enough for their stuff but not for yours. Fuck me. What a treat. Right, Mystical Disputes seem crazy good, as do Wild Slashes. And like maybe the melodies are good enough, but I'm not sure. Ground creatures in general. Well, the Bone Crusher Giants earn their keep, don't they? Because they have the thing with the 2 damages. I'm going to sideboard like that and assume it's not totally terrible. My feeling is that Mystical Dispute and Consul's Return are probably the 2 cards in the whole of Pioneer that the opponent doesn't want to see. This is, I guess, fine. It's a bit land heavy. Which of these is the worst? That one. Yep. Ooh, they do have white. Makes a lot more sense. I would like it if that was dead. Not sure that's correct. Jesus. Yeah, they're functioning a lot better than last game, and all my 2 damage removals looking really shite. The old Brazen Borrower's that's a pretty good one. That's pretty good. Hopefully we get to Mystical Dispute something. This should save 3 damage. They're guessing this is a Queller. Oh, it's a Rattle Chains. Either way, we don't like it. So that goes back in their hand. We take 1. Hopefully that locks us up. So they've got one of their 3 in hand is a Supreme Phantom, we know. Can't imagine they should attack here. Wonder what they're going to do. Not a lot. Let's attack them. I smell a Spell Queller. Nebelgast Herald, okay. Stomp. Yep, it's tapped. I guess I just cast this. Play that. And say go. I've got to kill stuff with Stomp when I get a chance, because when I have 2 Supreme Phantoms, it's just a dead card, or a dead half a card. Yep. We knew about that one, so we take 2, and that's fine. May we attack? We may. So, I can flash in Brazen Borrower and block. I think I'm better off just trying to kill them. I was just thinking about sort of trading off and trying to keep the board clear, but we've got bigger creatures. Might as well just kill them. Makes sense to me. Yeah, we take 4. But 4 is a lot less than 8. Yep, okay. Yep. So if they sack so that I don't get my Borrower, it means it's a removal spell, which I'm fine with. So they didn't. Okay. We're going to send in both. Bold. Might be right, I don't know. Either way, if their attack doesn't look lethal, I won't block. That doesn't look very lethal, so we won't block. Selfless Spirit, yeah. I wonder if they have any more plays. They look dead to me. Oh, they look dead to them as well. Nice! 3 and 1. Yeah, I'm impressed. This deck is solid. The only thing we've lost to was that really awkward, like, hard to break up combo deck, and we had some sluggish draws. And everything else, it's been really convincing. We dropped a game against the Cat Pact thing. So yeah, I'd be well happy with a 4 and 1, but 3 and 2 is all good. Get my ticks back, get to try again. I've been what's the word? Just absolutely lighting Magic Online ticks and play points on fire this week, trying to brew. It's just been a huge waste of money and time. So hopefully be a bit more fruitful. This hand looks great. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nobody plays temples in, like, non-combo, do they? Well, that's good. Means we can probably resolve our Royal Scions. I'd be pissed off if we get Mystical Disputed or Spell Pierced, but hopefully we can get rid of one of these. Not sure what. I'm not sure how well known this Phoenix's deck is. It's definitely a thing. It's like it's not just one result. So I'm not sure how recognisable it will be for the opponent. Just minus. Oh, you bastard. So I have to discard that. This is really frustrating though, because my I guess I just have to do this. If I'd had an untapped land, I could have played the Bone Crusher Giant and then triggered the Flamewake Phoenix, and that would have been a much more impressive, sort of solid platform. But still, we can do 4 to the Teferi next turn if they don't do anything else too impressive. Oh no, we can't. We can do a 2 to it. Well, I don't think we need this K return. Seems pretty shitty. I'm wondering whether I'm better off just trying to kill the Teferi this way. Rather than with creatures, yeah. Royal Scions is it's doing some work and it's threatening to ult next turn. I mean, even if we don't have anything good to kill, the drawing 4 is amazing in this type of matchup. We're looking pretty good. Oh, that's a good one to Petty Theft, isn't it? Well, I think I'm just going to make these. No, I'm not. I'm going to make one of them. I'm just going to pass. Because this way I can activate the Flamewake Phoenix and hold up Petty Theft, which is a little bit better, I think, than just having a 4-3. Because I'm fairly sure they're going to try to flip the Azcanta. Yeah, that's fine. This flips on 5, right? So I guess I should just do this now. Okay. That's fine. As long as we're not getting time wiped or some nonsense. Let's mash the opponent. Hits them for 6. This hits them for 4. And I don't really need to overcommit. So I can Deep Fiend for a lot less value. I just have to let it happen. It's a bit annoying, but basically fine. So I draw 2, discard 2, and I have some easy enough discards. Oh, even better. And then on my opponent's upkeep, sack this. Don't want to cast those. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, dig is fine. I think that leaves them pretty much dead. We've got 2 Flamewake Phoenixes and a 5/6 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I haven't figured out if we've got enough mana yet, but we can probably do it all. No. Okay. No. Yeah, you get Azcanta. I suppose the one thing we should be worried about is like a 2 mana removal, like an Azorius Charm or something. Okay, cool. Try again. So, same as before. Disputes seem fucking amazing, and the Stubborn Denials seem amazing too. And the Lightning Axes seem bad. And the K-Returns seem bad. So we just swap out 6 for 6. And then we're happy. And yeah, my concerns when I saw the deck list were that it didn't contain enough cheap cards, but other than that, it looked great. And the reality is that it does contain enough cheap cards because of adventures, and it actually just is great. Oh god, I'm going to risk it. The idea of Stubborn denying a search for Azcanta is too juicy, man. And Chart, of course, will fix everything because it's basically Brainstorm. Go on, go for an Azcanta, it's totally safe. Oh, you bastard, you bastard. Great draw. So now I'm trying to obviously stubbs a little Teferi. If I can go stubbing a little Teferi into make a Champion of Wits, that's a really good sequence for me. Tap, 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 tap. Pew pew. That's pretty great. Okay. Yeah, this whole hand is gas. They probably... I don't know. If they go for a Planeswalker, they probably have to tick up, which is fine. Okay, interesting timing from opponent. Telling us about a Supreme Verdict, I guess. we're just going to pass. This is another one of those situations where you have such an excellent reactive hand that you're like basically scared of nothing. You just have to be patient and careful. Go on, play a big Teferi. That can only end well for your opponent. Coward. Coward! Okay, maybe untap. Yes. These Rekindling Phoenixes are looking real clunky. I suppose if they tap out, we might get a chance to stick one. This deck is great. It's really fun. Fucking Mystical Dispute is another card, a bit like Veil of Summer, that just didn't need to be printed and is far too, like, situationally busted. Pithing Needle, you got it. I guess they just named Mutavault, do they? Or Royal Scions? Yeah, doesn't bother me. It's unfortunate for opponent. We can loot away a Phoenix and hold up Mystical Dispute and be really happy about it. Oh, fucking veto. Fuck. I was thinking that the dispute was going to be amazing. Anyway. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. Opponent's still pretty dead, I think. Are they going for the Borrower? Okay. Untap land. No. Hurt their feelings, and then I guess just go for one of these. Did we win? Not yet. Did we win? Yeah, we won. So there we go. 4-1 with this bad boy. Deck is ace. Recommend it to anyone who wants to have fun and say Phoenix a lot. I have a friend called Felix, who I've been referring to as Rekindling Felix lately, and he finds that very annoying, so maybe I need to buy this in paper and alter all my cards with his face. If this video gets 50 likes, I will commission a Rekindling Felix altar. How about that? Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate all of you stopping by, and see you all next time.